Felix the Cat is coming back through limited run. Now this is the NES game, and also it came out on the Game Boy. And we're going to talk about a little bit of a brief history on the cartoon itself and the game before we go on to the limited run website to check out the game for Switch, ps4, and ps5, and some merchandise. Of course, these are the physical copies, and it might be available on Xbox, but it's not physically on the website, sadly. I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button, also share with friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or comment in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. If you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, then subscribe to the channel, and you will become a fan. I hope so. I got my notes and everything. Now, I did not realize this, but this character, Felix the Cat. Of course, I'm talking about this game because I am a fan of cats. I have a cat of myself also. So, of course, I'm going to talk about a game that's involving a cat. And I've never played Felix the Cat. Now, the original NES game, going to eBay, is expensive. So glad Limited Run is bringing it back. But this cat character, Felix the Cat, has been around since the 1900s, the early 1900s. I did not realize that. So Felix the Cat created in 1919 by a guy named Pat Sullivan and also Otto. Now Otto's got another name, but I couldn't pronounce it. So the cartoon character was in comic strips, also toys as well. And in the 1920s as a soundless cartoon, so there was no sound whatsoever. But in 1929, Sullivan decided to make Felix cartoons with sound. But, sadly, it failed. In 1936, now there's more history to this, I'm just briefing over it. In 1936, Felix saw a brief 3-cartoon resurrection. And then Felix cartoons began airing on American TVs in 1953. Starred in other TV shows and 2 featured films. And then in 2010, Felix toys and other merchandise was coming out. Later, a guy named Don became creative control over Felix. And then in 2014, Don sold Felix to DreamWorks Animation. But in '93 is when the game came out for NES and Game Boy. And it's a single-player game. And of course, I'm going to be showing off gameplay for it. But let's get over to the website of Limited Run to check it out. Hope you didn't mind the history because I wanted it to be in here for this game. And I kind of find it fascinating about this history stuff. So I try to do research to have it in here, but here we go. Alright, it's available, as I said, for Nintendo Switch. It's the standard release. There's a collector's, well, they're calling it the Classic Edition for Switch. PS5, Classic Edition for PS5, PS4, Classic Edition for PS4 as well. And then, of course, we got Felix the Cat trading cards. Hopefully, it's going to be kind of hard to see them, but it's also t-shirts, a keychain, and all that extra merchandise as well. So let's check out the standard release for Nintendo Switch. Here's the cover art for it once it finishes loading up. And the price of the game is $34.99, $35 basically, which has been about the standard price for these games. The cover art is very nice, and it kind of resembles, sort of the NES cart, but more modern looking and more up to date. Felix the Cat returns in his greatest adventure to rescue his girlfriend Kitty from the Professor. And of course, it's rated E for everyone. Here's another picture. Of course, we're going to be checking out the PS5 and PS4 cover art as well, but there it is. The pre-orders start today, February 9th, and closes on February 10th. So you got a little bit of time to get this game if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. So let's go check out the Classic Edition and see what it comes with. Okay, here we are with the Classic Edition. There's the price of it. Hope you can see it. It's $65 basically is what it is. It's kind of looking like a VHS tape, or maybe similar to the NES box itself. I would imagine that's probably what they were going for. It looks like it comes with an original soundtrack, and it looks like a poster as well. And of course, you got the game with a reversible cover art. I wonder if the standard release comes with a reversible cover art. I would like to think it does, but I don't know. It probably does, most likely. Because I don't see why. Well, it's possible the Classic Edition may have the reversible cover art and not the standard, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see, I guess, because I am interested in getting this. The physical release of Felix the Cat for Switch with reversible cover, Felix the Cat Classic Box, Felix the Cat Original Game Soundtrack, Single Disc, 12 by 16 inch poster, action, adventure, first player, English, all that. And plus it supports TV mode, tabletop mode, handheld mode, all that for Switch as well. Alright, now let's check out the PS4 and PS5 versions. I just wanted to confirm that the standard release does come with a reversible cover art. See, if you scroll up, we're back to the standard release, so it does come with a reversible cover art, which is fantastic. Okay, here we are with the PS4 version. It's going to be the same price as the standard Switch copy. And of course, you know, it's going to have the reversible cover art and all that stuff. It's going to be exactly the same, except it's the PS4 version and not the Switch version. Now for the PS5 version. Okay, here we are with the PS5 version of the game. And just because, why not, we're going to check out the Classic Edition. And it's probably going to be exactly the same as the Switch version. That's what I'm expecting. But there's the cover art. It looks pretty good. I like it. Okay, we are back with the Classic Edition for PS5. So you can see for yourself that it's going to be exactly the same as the Switch version. And it's also showing the PS4 version as well. So it's showing this is exactly the same as the PS4 version. Comes with the soundtrack and the poster as well, and it's the same price of $65. So it's exactly the same as the Switch version. So now let's get on to some little bit of gameplay so you can see what this game looks like. Now I turned the volume down just in case, but you get a brief look at the cartoon and a little bit of gameplay. This is from an actual commercial. So this is the NES game, and the Game Boy version looks pretty much the same except it's black and white. So there's some gameplay for you for the Felix the Cat game. Now it's going to probably look pretty much the same on Switch, PS4 and PS5, except the graphics may be a little bit more up to date, but it's going to look pretty much exactly like this the time it comes out. So if you're into retro games like I am, then you're really going to be excited about playing this game, especially if you've never played this game before, or maybe you saw the cartoon, or you grew up with the cartoon, and all that stuff, and you're kind of interested in playing the game, and maybe you didn't even know that there was a Felix the Cat game. Well, now you know, and it's coming out to modern day platforms. Now, I don't know about the digital release, but I imagine the digital version is coming out as well. Now, if you're interested in the digital release, please let me know down in the comments down below, and maybe I can comment on you once I can find out what it is. But this video was focused on the physical release as what I'm known for. I'm interested in physical games. But yeah, please let me know down in the comments, did you enjoy this video? Did you find it interesting, fascinating? I hope you didn't mind the history of it, because I wanted it to be in this video. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, I'm excited about this. Alright, bye.